are well rested. I hope that you can focus and feel energized. I hope that you're being kind to yourself. And being kind for to yourself doesn't always mean buying yourself something. It could be the way you talk and think about yourself. You know, something I used to struggle with in the past is when someone would give me a compliment, I would I would just shy away from their compliments. For example, if someone say, "Oh my gosh, I just love your outfit. I just love what you have on." You know, I would say, "I just threw something on. This old thing. What I'm saying, I wasn't even giving it too much thought." Instead of just saying thank you. So that's one way that you can be kind to yourself, because our conscious is listening to that. And you are closing yourself up to receive love by rejecting a compliment. So I hope that you are being kind to yourself. You know, so many times we don't accept compliments. We are so focused on our flaws or things that we're not happy about that we just do not receive it. And anytime somebody give you a compliment, I just want you to practice. Get into the habit of just saying thank you. You don't need to give an explanation. For example, your hair or something. You don't have to say, "Oh, I'm supposed to be getting it done this week. My hairstyle getting old," or don't do that. Somebody thinks you look nice. They gave you a compliment. Be open to receive it. And practicing these small, making these habits and practicing receiving love from this way will open up the doors for so many things. You know, why would we be promoted to the next level if we can't even find gratitude where we are now? Find gratitude in how you carry yourself. Be thankful for that. Be thankful for that compliment. Receive it so that you can be presented bigger opportunities. So that's what I mean by I hope you're being kind to yourself. It's not always buying yourself something. It's how we think of ourselves and how we speak about ourselves. I was definitely the girl who was always deflecting. No, not deflecting. I was always rejecting compliments. I remember one time I was I had a get together, I had a gathering, and it was one of my friends, my husband friend, myself and my husband. So it was four of us. And the girl gave me a compliment. She said something about, you look so pretty. Just complimenting me, saying I look so pretty. And I just was like, "Oh, no, I don't. I got this weight on me. I need to lose weight. I need to gain some weight. I need to get this weight up off of me." And I was not self aware at the time. I remember the year was like 2016. No, it was 2015. And because that was before I lost weight. And I just remember making that situation so awkward. I was not self aware at the time, but when I look back, I'm like, I really made that awkward. How is a person supposed to respond? We are in a setting where things are supposed to be fun. We are supposed to be letting loose. Don't nobody want to hear no sob stories. And even though I wasn't trying to say any sob stories, my mind just went there because I was so critical of myself, not realizing in that moment that somebody thinks I look beautiful just the way I am. So we have to stop critiquing ourselves when it comes to every little thing. We can still work on things, but we don't have to critique ourselves and be so hard on ourselves, especially when we're making changes to become better. So at the end of that event, my husband pulled me to the side and he said something that was, now that I look back, it was very mature of him. He told me, "Alexis, anytime somebody gives you a compliment, you don't have to start saying, talking down about yourself. Like, don't do that about yourself. Don't." Don't speak that way about yourself. And I received it. And it took me a while to get into a habit of not doing it and just receiving a compliment. Look, I'm at the point now, anytime somebody says something, I'm receiving it. I'm receiving it and I'm grateful for it. So get in the habit of that. Start practicing that habit now. And I hope y'all don't hear the background. My son is screaming. He upset about something. But get in the habit of that. It's something that I've been practicing for a long time now that I don't even think twice about it. And this is what I mean. I have worked on myself when it comes to so many things. And shout out to my husband for recognizing that about me. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. Um, so yes, I hope you're being kind to yourself today. Now I want to move into the space of friendships. Do I look, I wish I was live. This is going to be very packed, and I might do a story time in this video, or I might do a separate video with a story time. But stop holding on to a friendship that you know you should have left a long time ago. And stop bragging about how long you've been friends with someone when you know that relationship should have been dead a long time ago. You should have left that friendship years ago. It's so hard to let go of things we're familiar with. And if you have a history of being a people pleaser, you might struggle with letting go of relationships that is bringing you distress and dis-ease and discomfort. That's how it was for one of my friendships. I kept forcing it, and anytime, either of us would end the friendship, here I would come, just coming back on around, trying to make the relationship, trying to make this friendship work, trying to fit myself in this person's life because I've known them for 15 years and I want to be a part of their lives and their kids' lives and stuff. But every single time I will allow that friendship to exist, it would be so much drama. It would be so much drama because of who this person was. I'm going to do a story time on another video. I just want to plant that seed to start preparing yourself to leave. If you're not strong enough, start preparing yourself. Just start treating it as a death. Just let yourself know, hey, start preparing yourself. I'm about to let this go. This person is no longer going to be in my life. And I just want to talk about once you do it, how good it feels. Once you do it, for me, I just felt this pressure be released because you have some friends that are so codependent. They want to be on the phone all the time, and if you don't be on the phone with them, they feel some type of way. If you are not going to every single event, even when you have a valid explanation, they hold a grudge towards you. So for me, I felt a sense of release. I felt as if I no longer had to allow or force myself to be somewhere I didn't want to be, or to talk on the phone when I didn't want to. It is not my responsibility to entertain you. And as someone who used to be a people pleaser, this is what I had to work on. It is not my job to keep a person entertained. It is not my responsibility to keep the event afloat if I'm hosting one. I don't have to always be in this place of entertaining and being the life of the party and keeping up the conversation and staying in connection. I don't have to be that person all the time. Sometimes I want to be entertained. I want to be poured into. And if you feel like you are you just have people in your life where you're surrounded by people who are just always wanting you to validate them and pour into them and entertain them and be on the phone with them to comfort them because they don't like being alone. I know how that feels. It is extremely draining. I had several people like that around me. It is so draining. It's so draining. And then you add in the people pleasing part. And what I mean by that is you're neglecting yourself to make someone else feel special, loved, comfortable. You are putting how you feel aside to make them feel good. That shit is draining. It is draining, and you do not deserve that. So I understand that you've been friends with someone for a very long time, but you know it's time to let their relationship go. You know it's time. It's been too much damage. It's been too much. It's been too many times where this person has maybe manipulated you to make you feel like you're a bad person, and what I mean by that is you have some people who really be playing mind games. Some people who really manipulate you and make you think you're the problem. You're the problem for wanting space. You're the problem for wanting to recharge. You're the problem for disconnecting during the season because it requires it because that's a requirement for you to elevate. Get those people away from you. And this is the reason why I created this too. I want for you to meet people who are willing to elevate and who have come to this space of growth. We don't want to have codependent relationships. They are so unhealthy. We don't want that. We don't need that for ourselves. And, it's some people who don't mind pushing through, even though they're going through something. For example, if your friend is having, I don't know, a baby shower, and you are going through some turmoil, you are going through a season of darkness, depression, uncertainty, you feel stagnant, you feel maybe suicidal, super depressed, whatever it is, and you just want to be to yourself, you know, you your friend might, you might be the type of person that be like, I'm gonna muster up the strength, I'm gonna gather up, my strength to go and support my friend. If that's you, okay, then that must mean you can handle that. But if you find yourself pushing through and you feel even more drained and it's adding more to the problem, you have got to start setting those boundaries. Setting boundaries don't mean that you're selfish. The type of person I am, it is imperative that I recharge. The type of business I have, the type of information I give. I have a child with special needs. So I'm always having to make sure that I recharge and do things that promote self-care. So it's just certain loads I can't take on. And you might can't take those loads on either, but you're pushing through thinking that is what you're supposed to do. Like, you have to do that. Like, I have to push through no matter what. If you know that you're already in this place of darkness, why push through? And I guess in this video it's about having boundaries in friendships and being kind to yourself, learning how to put yourself first. Having boundaries don't make you selfish. You know what does make you selfish? Pushing through knowing that you can't give this person the best version of yourself. Pushing through knowing that you're trying to give this person the best version of yourself, but then when you come back home and it's time to take care of you, you have no room to do it because that little bit of strength that you have had you gave it away just for a baby shower. And I don't hope I sound mean, because of course we want to support our friends and our family members when they have events and stuff like that. But really think about this from another lens. You're going to have plenty opportunities to see that baby and give some gifts. You're going to have plenty opportunities to give that baby love. You're going to have plenty opportunities to pour into your friend. And honestly, as somebody who is a doula in training, let me tell you, the most love they going to need is not while they're pregnant. It's going to be after they pregnant. Everybody going to be giving their love and attention to the baby. What about the mama? Okay? So you not wanting to attend the event doesn't mean you can't make up for it. Once you are in a season when you've overcome when you have overcome all of those feelings and emotions, and you got clarity and you're in a better mood, this is the time for you to go over your friend's house. Go and cook her a meal. Keep the baby for a little for a few hours while she get a nap in. Help her clean up. Those are the things that matter. Not showing up for this baby shower where everybody finna eat up all the food. Half of the people probably ain't giving no gifts, and she tired trying to entertain everybody. You know what I'm saying? No, it's okay. And when you have people in your life who understand, when you have people in your life who are like this, and what I mean by that is, um, at this point in my life, I have every woman. I have 3 close friends, and all of them, we are all the same. We gonna show up when we feel well, and none of us take it personal if we don't show up, because we know that this one of us are recharging. We are recharging. We're pouring back into ourselves because we gave a lot, because it's necessary for our health. Don't take it personal when somebody is recharging. I hope y'all get it, and I hope I'm connecting with the people who is not only going through this, but I hope I'm also connecting the person who is expecting someone to show up for them when they are at their lowest. I hope that this resonates with you. Stop expecting people to show up for you when they can't even show up for themselves. The only thing that they can show up for, because they have to, is their family and their job. People not even showing up for themselves. People are too overwhelmed with all the adversities and hardships of life. And you want somebody to show up for your event? You want somebody to show up and talk on the phone with you multiple times a day or multiple times a week just to make you feel special? Sounds like you need to do some work. All right? And especially if that person is telling you, hey, I'm going through some things, I'm going through some challenges, I just can't show up right now. If you feel some type of way about that, and that person is going into deep detail, my kids is having trouble at school, my spouse is cheating on me, my mother is extremely sick, I just lost my job, I'm about to get put out, I'm going through whatever it is, if that person is in a space where they're not able to push through for you, it is because they are trying every day to survive. So if you have any type of friendship or relationship in your life that resembles that, it's time for you to let it go. If they don't have a clear understanding, if they don't understand boundaries, it's time to let it go. Because if you are a person who has a history of people pleasing, you're going to keep yourself around to satisfy them. And this is ultimately going to create a burnout. This is ultimately going to create sickness within your body. This is where high blood pressure come in it. This is where malnutrition come in it, where you're under eating. This is where overeating comes in it, where you are now gaining weight. Do not do yourself like that. Quit trying to save the world, especially if you have a job that requires you pouring into people. If you're a nurse, if you're in any type of healthcare, mental mental health care, anything like that. You're an empath. If you found yourself in grocery stores, wherever you at, mentoring and pouring into people, if you're not, you don't even have to have a job, a profession doing it. But if you are one of those people, everywhere you go, where you're going, you're pouring into people. You're being empathetic. Cause that is me, baby. That is me. We have to charge. We have to charge. It is vital. It is necessary. Okay? And I am so grateful that I finally have women in my life who understand and who do not take it personal. I want to be there for you. I want to push through, but I can't because I can't for myself. All right? And in another video, we're going to talk about how it don't get to a point where you can't push through for yourself, because we should be able to push through for ourselves. Our cup might get low, but you don't use that last little bit to pour into somebody else. You save it for yourself and you recharge that way. We'll talk about it. See, I hope that makes you feel better. I hope that this vindicates you. I hope that this frees you. If you have been battling with people just don't respect my boundaries and it makes you feel bad, it's not you, baby. It's them. And if you are somebody who's making someone feel guilty because they have boundaries and because they cannot push through, I hope you get some clarity. Not everything is personal. And just because they're not pushing through when you want them to, it doesn't mean they never will. Go back to the reference when I said about the baby shower versus after the baby is born. Would you rather for someone to be there for you? Which situation would you want? You got 30 people at the baby shower who giving you love, who giving you attention, who catering to you, who rubbing your feet, who fixing your plate, who showering you with gifts, who is you know how it is at a baby shower. We don't want the mama to do nothing. We doing everything. Paying your belly. You getting all the love. You getting all the food. You getting all the support. Would you rather for one person to not attend that event, and that one person, would you rather for everybody to be at that event and you receive all that love, or would you rather for people to still be at that event but one person don't come to that event, and because they don't come to that event they want to pay it back later on by coming to your house, helping you cook, clean up, meal prep for you, keeping that baby while you take a nap? You tell me. Because I guarantee you, if a friend did not come to your events, I promise you that they are going to make it up. Especially if they are got the same type of heart as me, where you feel like, dang, I wanted to be there, but I couldn't. I promise you, they're going to make it up. It's some solid people out here. Hope this video helps y'all. Let me know about, where you are with your friendships, with your relationships. Let me know, are you a people pleaser? Are you an ex-people pleaser? I definitely want to hear back from you. All right? Peace, y'all.